doctors of Reddit, what is the weirdest thing a patient wouldn't admit? They were almost 60 years old and taking a drug to make them lactate so their husband could pump them as it would help their fibromyalgia. Took a while for them to admit why they were taking it. I've thought about this for a bit and still don't understand. Why were they doing this? My guess would be a lactation fetish, or they have read too many mommy blogs about the miracle of breast milk and are actually trying to treat medical conditions with it. I'm a CT tech and I was to scan a woman's abdomen for belly pain. She and her girlfriend were there. I have to have a pregnancy test. I have to have one done. I can't radiate a fetus. I even ask none, so no exceptions. She denies up and down she's pregnant, and then, after the test I did, it said she was. She denied it and demanded a blood test, since she was a lesbian and never has sex with men. Well, the blood test came back positive also, surprise. And the argument that ensued was biblical. She was arguing with her girlfriend and the nurses and the doctor. I never ended up scanning her and they chalked up her pain to her being pregnant. The look on her girlfriend's face when I said it came back positive was one I will never forget. I fully just made this face. I volunteer at an ER prisoner shoved a ballpoint pen up his urethra to get out of being stabbed, if I recall correctly. Insisted he had no idea how it got there. We spent hours deliberating how to get it out, and he just reaches down, still in his handcuffs, and pulls it out himself. Prison nurse here. We see this frequently. Saw one guy who actually got stabbed and he was so oddly relaxed about the whole thing. Making jokes, normal BP, heart rate only like 80. Prison must be insane. Have you seen the movie Chopper? Hilarious scene when his friend in prison stabs him several times, and Chopper's just like, "Oh mate, what did you do that for?" Had a patient refuse to admit he swallowed a pen, even though an x-ray showed the pen in his small bowel and we took the pen out during an emergency surgery. That's not mine. I'm holding it for a friend. Once had a woman come in for a possible yeast infection. On exam she had a glass bottle stuck in her vaginal filled with urine. Totally wouldn't admit it was hers or explain how it got there even after we removed it. Just kept saying, "I think this is all a joke and you put it up there." Yeah, she was totally trying to cheat a drug test. Definitely. The bottle had an overly complicated apparatus which allowed her to discreetly trigger the urine to come out, which made it all the more weird she pretended we hadn't just pulled CIA tech out of her cooch. Thanks. When I want to really piss off my wife I call it a cooter. When she was pregnant she'd put a hand towel on the edge of our tub to sit on and help her turn around into the tub. I called it a cooter scooter. The server at my old job was called Cooter. That place is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Only work records in a clinic, but we had a woman come in with the report of vaginal odor. All well and good, it happens all the time in an OB/GYN clinic. What she hadn't bothered to say was that she'd gotten a tampon stuck around the end of her last period. She'd gone through menopause 7 years prior. I want to make sure I'm understanding this clearly. She had a tampon stuck in her vagina for 7 years? I didn't go into her chart, but according to the medical assistant that was in the room, yes. The rest of us needed no more proof than what our noses found in the hallway. Swamp Sodago Bar.